After 26 years, Star Trek reveals a Dax DS9 love interest, and it's a shocker. Star Trek Lower Decks has finally revealed Gallimites, a species LT. Commander Yajia Dax, Terry Farrell, dated on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and it's a shocker. Yajia was the Deep Space Nine space station science officer and a close friend of Captain Benjamin Sisko, Avery Brooks. Before Dax's tragic death and Terry Farrell exiting DS9 when Season 6 ended, Yajia was a beloved Star Trek Deep Space Nine cast member with a fun-loving, generous spirit. In Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, Episode 3, The Best Exotic Nanite Hotel, Lieutenant Bradward Boimler, Jack Quaid, joins Commander Jack Ransom, Jerry O'Connell, and LT Commander Andy Billups, Paul Scheer, on an undercover mission. The USS Cerritos trio is on the hunt for Starfleet Admiral Milius, Toby Huss, who went AWOL and hid somewhere aboard the Cosmic Duchess Space Station Resort. Boimler's mishaps while searching for Milius saw him encounter a pair of Gallimites, who had only been mentioned but were never seen on Star Trek Deep Space Nine. On Star Trek Deep Space Nine, LT Commander Yajia Dax dated Captain Bade, a Gallimite Starfleet officer who was described as having a toothy smile and transparent skull. Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, Episode 3, The Best Exotic Nanite Hotel, showed LT Brad Boimler avoiding meeting two Gallimites because they were, frankly, scary. On his X account, at Gagyogi49, Jorg Hillebrand, who was a researcher for Star Trek Picard, connected the dots that Gallimites were the species Captain Bade hailed from and Dax dated on DS9. Since Star Trek Deep Space Nine Season 6 never showed Captain Bade or what a Gallimite looked like, his relationship with Yajia before she married LT Commander Worf, Michael Dorn, was the subject of much speculation. In DS9 Season 7, LT Ezri Dax, Nicole DeBoer, who inherited the Dax symbiont and Jadzia's memories, confirmed that Yajia slept with Captain Bade. With Star Trek Lower Decks revealing Gallimites are rather monstrous in appearance, Jadzia's brief fling with Captain Bade certainly raises eyebrows. LT Ezri Dax was the 9th host of the Dax symbiont, and she inherited Dax's remarkable dating history across 8 lifetimes. Yajia once remarked that a prior Dax host, Emily, dated a young Dr. Leonard McCoy DeForest Kelly, who had the hands of a surgeon. Yajia herself was remarkably open-minded and accepting of aliens as romantic partners. After all, Yajia married Worf and joined the Klingon House of Martek, J.G. Hertzler. Yajia also flirted with Quark, Armin Shimerman, a Ferengi, and fell in love with Dr. Lenara Khan, Susanna Thompson. Dr. Julian Bashir was briefly a love interest for LT Yajia Dax in Star Trek Deep Space Nine's early seasons, and Julian eventually romanced Ezri Dax by the end of DS9. Star Trek Lower Decks confirming what Gallimites look like certainly casts Yajia dating Captain Bade in a new light. As evidenced in Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Star Trek Lower Decks, what Gallimites looked like is no secret to Starfleet officers, so the fact that Yajia Dax dated the Gallimite Captain Bade is only a shock to audiences. After 26 long years, Star Trek has finally revealed an unexpected love interest for Dax, the beloved Trill from Deep Space Nine, DS9, and the revelation is nothing short of shocking for longtime fans of the franchise. This surprising twist shakes up the established lore of one of Star Trek's most iconic characters, adding layers of intrigue and depth to both the Dax symbiont and its many hosts. For many, the revelation feels like an emotional revisit to the complex character arc of Yajia Dax, while also shedding light on how the Dax symbiont continues to evolve across its multiple lifetimes. Let's dive into the surprise, its implications, and what this means for the broader Star Trek universe. Revisiting the Dax symbiont's legacy, the Dax symbiont is one of the most fascinating concepts in Star Trek, particularly in Deep Space Nine. Dax is a trill, a species where a symbiont can be transferred from one host to another, living multiple lifetimes in different bodies. This unique biological condition allows for an incredible exploration of identity, memory, and relationships, as each host carries the memories of the symbiont's previous lives. Throughout DS9, Dax was portrayed by Yajia Dax, Terry Farrell, and later Ezri Dax, Nicole DeBoer. each bringing their own perspectives and personality to the character, while still being bonded by the same ancient being within. One of the central storylines in DS9 was Dax's ability to retain emotional connections across lifetimes, which added a beautiful yet tragic dimension to the character. Yajia Dax's relationship with Worf, Michael Dorn, became one of the most iconic romances in Star Trek history, full of passion, conflict, and eventually heartbreak after Jadzia's death. Ezri, who became the symbiont's new host in the show's final season, was left to reconcile those emotions while trying to build her own identity. Despite Ezra's relatively brief time on the show, her struggles with her newfound memories and emotions were a poignant reflection of the Trill experience, where new hosts must wrestle with the past lives that live inside them. However, for 26 years, fans have wondered about the unresolved potential of Dax's future, and just who else might become a significant part of this intricate tapestry of relationships. The shocking love interest, the revelation of a new love interest for Dax, has now taken the fandom by storm. And it's not just any character. The shock comes from the unexpected pairing of Dax with none other than Elam Garak, the enigmatic Cardassian tailor-turned-spy, played by Andrew Robinson. For many fans of DS9, Garak was always an intriguing character, shrouded in mystery, charm, and moral ambiguity. His complex relationship with Dr. Julian Bashir, Alexander Siddig, often left viewers questioning the true depth of Garak's feelings, as his affection for the Doctor seemed to go beyond mere friendship. However, Garak and Dax rarely shared significant screen time in the series, making this pairing all the more surprising. The decision to reveal Garak as a love interest for Dax has not only caught fans off guard, but has also reinvigorated discussions about Garak's character. While Garak has always been defined by his multifaceted nature as both a cunning operative and a man of hidden emotions, pairing him with Dax brings out a side of him that many did not expect. It humanizes him in a way that challenges long-held perceptions of his motives and desires. After all, Garak's icy exterior hid a depth of longing and emotional pain, particularly with regard to his exile from Cardassia. Meanwhile, for Dax, this relationship taps into the symbiont's long history of complex bonds and connections. Each host brings their own personality, but the symbiont carries the memories of love, loss, and everything in between. For Garak to now be a part of this legacy creates an emotionally rich dynamic that is bound to resonate with longtime viewers. Thematic resonance thematically, this revelation touches on the core of what makes Star Trek such a unique and enduring series, its exploration of the human and alien condition. Throughout its various iterations, Star Trek has always dealt with profound questions of identity, love, and connection. Dax's relationship with Garak highlights how love and emotional ties transcend the boundaries of time, space, and even death itself. Garak, who often hid behind a veil of sarcasm and deception, may now be given the chance to explore what it means to love openly and fully. His connection with Dax, a being that has lived for centuries and experienced countless relationships, offers him the opportunity to see love as a force that can heal and transform. For Dax, the relationship could offer new insights into how the symbiont's many lives can coexist with the need to form new present-day connections. Another key element is how this relationship plays into the Trill concept of Giantara, the ceremony in which a host interacts with the memories of past hosts. Garak's connection with Dax could delve into the intricate balance between past and present relationships, with Garak potentially learning to love a being who is, in essence, a composite of many lives. Fan reactions and speculation, unsurprisingly, this revelation has sparked intense reactions within the Star Trek community. Some fans are excited to see Garak and Dax together, appreciating the emotional complexity that comes with such an unconventional pairing. Others are more skeptical,